Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad. I'm Steve, and it's layout update time. You may recall in October we didn't get a whole lot of things accomplished cosmetically on the layout, due primarily to traveling and getting JMRI operations up and running. And I'm happy to say that JMRI operations is up and running, having a great time with it, and still traveling though. Okay. But despite that, we did make some accomplishments during the month of November. So let's take a look. All right. First thing to look at, I got a new switch in. It's the last turnout I needed to complete my track work. All right. And it's in the lift out section of the expansion, and which is in the upper right hand corner. Okay, and the switch was installed and got wired up. I still have the motor to input into it, and it will serve as to my salvage yard. And I took an old junk box car and cut some windows into it and a door, and wired up some LEDs. So that'll serve as the office once I get some more of the landscape and scenery done on it. In addition, on the lift out section, I started to carve out some areas, and if you look close, there's a couple of culverts in there, and this one's for you, Heath, at Humanity Junction. Guess what they're made out of? You bet, poopy tubes. All right, so that was the first area that I made some progress on. There's still a lot to go on that scene. The next thing was I had relocated my touchscreen monitor over to above the Aurora Eola yard, so that it's much easier to run switching operations there using the touchscreen. And I installed a old heavy flat screen monitor, small one that I had, but it hung down way too far. You can see the mount that I purchased underneath that switch in the upper left, and then after getting it mounted in the upper right, it hung down way too far into what is going to be the scene for Suburbia and blocks the view of the farm scene. So I took that mount, which was mounted underneath the shelves, moved it to above the shelves, and in the lower left you can see how it sits during normal usage when I'm at my desk here. Now, when I'm not at my desk and running operations and such, then I simply fold it up, as you see in the lower right-hand screen. All right? So that was a big accomplishment, and worked out really good. It's one of those things that the original idea of being under the shelf and folding it up looked good on paper. This works a whole lot better. All right. Then we had a couple more areas for improvement, and we'll show you those. We started on the drop-down section between Aurora and Aurora Eola Yard, okay, where the ice house is. I started adding some foam and a cut through the rock, and eventually it'll be scenic with some trees up on the top and such, and that whole section lowers down. So that's one of the other areas I'm still working on. I kind of, as Charlie Bishop would say at Chadwick Mile Railway, he says when he floats around like that, he's like a butterfly. So I guess I'm kind of like Charlie in that regard. And finally, the biggest accomplishment, and the one that when you walk into the layout room, it looks so cool to me. A lot of effort, a lot of work, but I finally got around to finishing my cabinets that the layout sits on. And there's two coats of polyurethane stain all in one pecan, and then another coat of just polyurethane. And I'm not a pro stainer by any means, but I really like the way it turned out. So I'm real happy with it. But those are the big improvements so far this month, and for the Retirement Railroad, and we've had a lot of good times. Had to run some operation sessions, and my training crew here, Nisi finally came to visit during the month of ECJ during the month of November, and of course John Linton. It's become kind of a weekend ritual with us, and then Lynn McCurdy got me in contact with one of his friends from California that moved here to the Bay, Jason Friend, and he's been over a couple times now running trains, so it's been a lot of fun, and really looking forward to making more progress and sharing the Retirement Railroad. Every month during my monthly updates, I like to highlight a train, and this month's no different. This month we're highlighting what I'm going to call my new train. All right. Some of you may have seen my mail call haul video where I picked up I was with John Linton over at Zitnick's, and ended up picking up a locomotive in a roundabout way, a Bowser GEU 25B, and picked up some cement-covered hoppers, Cato cement-covered hoppers, and I picked up some Walthers grain hoppers, and just picked up a number of different things from Zitnick's and Gulf Coast Model trains down in Sarasota. And also picked up a center depressed flat car at Zitnick's, but I picked up another flat car. I picked up my camera. So now I can do passenger videos, so to speak. And John had given me another C and EI boxcar. So featured the new train, and everything on it is new except for the caboose. All right. So stay tuned, and I want to thank you for joining me here for this layout update. And you all have a good day. Bye now.